Hey everybody, what's up? This is Master Cloud, and I am here for another cast of one of our favorite games of all time, The Lord of the Rings, The Rise of the Witch King expansion. This is going to be a 2 versus 2. It is played on the 2.01 patch, and it is a 1K random game. Spawning in the upper right-hand side is going to be Cloud. That is me, and I am going to be randomly spawning as dwarves. My ally spawning in the upper left-hand side is going to be Hawkeye. A special shout-out to Hawkeye, who was very friendly and invited me into this game, and definitely you will see, but he is definitely a great partner here and a great player. So excited to be able to bring you his gameplay. He's going to be spawning as Isengard. Now our opponents across from Hawkeye is going to be Kamus. Kamus spawning as Agmar. And then his ally in the lower right-hand side going to be spawning is Gelmir, or Gelmir maybe, and he is also going to be spawning as Agmar. So two Agmars here, and both of them are going to be going for that Hall of the King's Men off the bat. Of course, that's a. I really couldn't see you doing anything else as Agmar, so that's completely standard. I'm going to be going for a couple of mines here off the bat, as well as the Hall of Warriors, and my ally is going to be going for that fast clan steading, a interesting and always highly utilized opening of Isengard. Of course, the other opening could just be the regular Orc Pit or Uruk Pit, but or the barracks for Isengard. I forget exactly the name of it, but the Isengard, the clan steading, always a great way to put on some early pressure, get out some extremely cheap units, and and deal a lot of damage to your opponent. Now Agmar here, just going to be going for, looks like a couple of Thrall Masters. Does go ahead and spawn some pikemen here. So my enemy, Gelmir, going to be moving up towards me. Now there is a center watchtower on this, or a signal fire, excuse me, on this map. Of course, the signal fire utilizes the power menu and helps those recharge more quickly. Now I do have a builder here moving down to the south, and I am going to get chased here. This is spotted by Agmar, so unfortunately for me, I think I am going to lose that builder, as axe throwers are now chasing him as well. And you can see he's already damaged here a little bit. The reason that he's damaged is because I was trying to scout out Agmar's fortress early in the game to figure out what my opponent was. However, I actually ended up taking damage and didn't even see what he was, so that was probably not the best idea. Would have been nice for me to find that. However, while my builders continues to get chased down there, we are going to have a small skirmish up in the top of the map here, where my ally Hawkeye is going to take out a couple of Agmar's troops around the backside there, and actually in the meantime going to be losing that signal fire in the center to Agmar. Now I do end up losing my builder there. However, my ally Isengard, Hawkeye, going to be sending down a couple of wildmen down here to help me. And of course, these wildmen very efficient at taking out structures, and might actually get this here if the Wolf Riders can actually kill them fast enough. But it's going to be this is actually going to be really close, and the Wolf Riders actually do end up saving that. So a great play there by Gelmir, able to save that, and my dwarves are actually going to have to retreat. Now, upon seeing that my opponent was Agmar, I immediately decided to go for the hero Prince Brand. Prince Brand is a great hero against Agmar because of his, as soon as he gets to level 2, he of course has that slam shot ability, which targets down a specific enemy, and you can of course focus down the Thrall Master in the back, which of course when the Thrall Master dies, all of the other units in that group disband. So Brand is out on the field now. He is going to be. There's a huge Agmar force here pushing up the center though, and I'm going to have to just go ahead and cancel that mine, as there's just no way I can engage this many units right now. I do have one unit of pikemen, one unit of guardians, and of course Brand is out as well. Brand is going to begin to start shooting down those units. However, he does of course throw down that rally call, which is a great move by him, and is going to be going straight for the Hall of Warriors. Now my troops seem to be a little confused here, as they are not directly engaging right now. I'm not sure what the reason for that was, actually. I told them to attack, so I'm not really sure why they ran back there. We do have more units around the backside, destroying a couple of mines. We do have some pikemen here from my ally, chasing them down. But for the most part, Agmar actually has a ton more units showing up as well. Meanwhile, I am going to be losing my barracks. I do get an extra unit of phalanxes out just at the last moment, but not quite enough to actually finish off those units before they take down my barracks. Now it looks like these pikemen are going to be taking down a majority of the wolf riders on the left-hand side here. And really big thanks to my ally here, Hawkeye, for dealing with those units in the back. Meanwhile, my dwarves, it looks like they're going to be attempting to chase them down. That's really not going to work out, though, so I'm not quite sure where they're going right now. Definitely need to turn them around right away. We do have a ton of Thrallmasters moving out here from Kamus, and he is going to be charging straight up the middle. This is going to put a little bit of pressure on Isengard, who has most of his troops scattered throughout the map. Might actually lose a builder here. No, looks like actually they are going to summon that here. Is he able to get his builder out of there in time? The answer is it doesn't matter, because all of the units looks like they're going to be going for his clan steading, and of course he immediately throws up some defenses around his fortress here. But look how quickly that clan steading takes damage. They're able to get out one last unit there, and but it's not going to be enough to deal with this at the moment. And of course he does have a ton of units over here on my side of the map. But for now, they're not going to be able to get back in time. Now I do send over Prince Bran to help deal with this. He is trying to get up to level 2 right now, but is not able to quite get there yet. So that building is going to fall there, the barracks there for Isengard. And all of a sudden, my ally, not looking to be in that good of shape, as he was not really prepared for this. Does he have any additional barracks out? He does have a lot of troops now charging Angmar's fortress. Does have one group around the backside here. Might be able to take out the Hall of the King's Men for himself here. Yes, he does. So that is a nice victory for him. Now going to be working on the fortress and possibly just going for a couple of the units around the front here. We do end up cleaning that up in the backside here, and now my dwarves are going to be moving out across the center of the map to try and rid Gelmir from this land. King Dane going to be taking up the rear at the moment, but will be joining the troops shortly here. And they're going to run into a ton of Thrallmasters here, as Isengard's troops continue to surround the fortress surround the infrastructure that are near the fortress of Kamus here, and takes out an additional barracks as well as another mine. So great play here by Hawkeye, able to take out several of Camus's buildings. And now it looks like we have Agmar simply bypassing King Dane. Prince Bran able to get off one shot there to take out one of those troops. But at this point, my fortress is in a lot of trouble. I'm immediately going to be throwing down some X-Tower expansions as well as a wall hub here. But is it going to be enough? That is the question, because there are a ton of troops that are about to be spawned here. Quickly trying to throw down more to protect my fortress to decrease its melee vulnerability. But these troops are already in quite close, and my fortress is going to start to take a lot of damage here. My dwarves are a little bit slow here and not able to catch up quite as fast. Prince Bran once again has his slam shot ability, so needs to utilize that immediately. There's just so many goblins here that I'm not sure I can get a good surround. My fortress is actually in a lot of trouble here. Do have an additional unit of guardians down here with a forward mine, but it looks like he's going to be focusing down the mine. Might be able to take that out actually before that Phalanx finishes them off. Meanwhile, my fortress now at the very low amount of health. Bran able to slam shot some of the remaining enemies there, and my fortress is going to stand just barely, but it's extremely vulnerable at this point. And I'm probably thinking about that 5 power point power to go ahead and rebuild. We do have a signal placed here by Kamus. I'm not sure, possibly alerting his ally that, hey, I am being attacked here by Isengard and I could use some assistance. Gelmir over here does have plenty of troops, but he is going to be using those to engage my dwarves here that are coming towards the front of his base. Does have that wolf expansion, one of the dire wolf kennel there off the front, which is a great expansion to have. Incredibly efficient for its cost. And that's going to be temporarily holding me back. However, we're not quite engaging within the range of it, so this is going to, I believe, go to me. Prince Bran able to grab a slam shot off there, taking out another full unit of Agmar units. And now, wisely, the battle is going to be moving more towards Gelmir's fortress, more wisely for him at least. As these dwarves are just not going to die, though, at this time. Hawaldi are way in the back here, having to deal with Isengard coming around the backside, a ton of units, and is going to be focusing them. Gelmir's fortress here in a ton of trouble, and his ally just not able to throw the troops that he needs over here to support. I mean, he has a couple of units on the way, Hawaldi included, but it's just not going to be enough to actually hold off this attack. Now, I'm going to be moving around the right-hand side looking for extra infrastructure to destroy any farms that are outlining the perimeter of his base. In the meantime, my ally might be able to take out his barracks as well. Hawaldi are working down a couple of the troops, but with the war chant, the units are just so incredibly strong, and I believe they are definitely going to get that. Prince Brand shooting down a couple of wolves here for fun, and it looks like Gelmir here is going to be in a lot of trouble. He's going to lose an additional mine in the bottom here, and I think his fortress is in a lot of trouble now. King Dane up to level 3, has a ton of pikemen yet. More pikemen coming through the forward mines here. And Prince Brand focusing down that guy in the back, actually the Thrallmaster, might actually be able to take him out there with one more shot. I think he's going to just barely manage to get away. And with that, King Dane and the dwarves are going to turn their attention to the fortress here. Meanwhile, the Isengard troops along the backhand side, Hawkeye able to quickly dispatch any Angmar reinforcements, and this fortress is looking to be in a lot of trouble now. Going to throw down the Fellwind, or the Whirlwind ability, but is it enough? I think the answer is no. I should have more dwarves on the way, including Glowin. And I think with that many units here, Gelmir is basically finished. He has like 1 or 2 farms left on the map, and that is it. He's desperately trying to rebuild his hall, but it's just not going to be enough with all these dwarves here attacking his fortress. And does he have a builder is the question. Looks like he's trying to maybe build one right now. It is going to be, no, it's going to be Hawaldir coming out. And even with Hawaldir here, he's only level 1, so he's might be able to take out a couple of these pikemen, but other than that, King Dane should be able to deal with him quite easily. Of course, Angmar does not have a building heal, a rebuild power. And as you can see, King Dane and Prince Brand here focusing down Hawaldir, and he goes down way too fast. Prince Brand another shot to take out 2 Thrallmasters that time. And this fortress is not looking good. Meanwhile, Isengard doing a huge counter push against Kamus over here, and Kamus also in a lot of trouble, just does not have the troops he needs to hold off this attack, and this fortress is going to go down as well. Meanwhile, it looks like the fortress of Gelmir has fallen, and I think at this point Kamus is going to go ahead and destroy his buildings. He knows he's been defeated, and Gelmir as well going to GG out. So that is going to be a victory for myself and Hawkeye. A great game from everyone, and this was just a quick game that I played on Game Ranger. So there you have it, guys. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I will be back in the future with some more games. Do have some very good. I do have a couple of 1v1s actually that I played against. I forget his name at the moment, but I think it was Danny actually. So those are going to be coming up, as well as a 3 versus 3 on the Shire, which is a very unique map, and I'm very interested and excited to be able to bring that game to you guys. So please stay tuned to my channel. Those are coming up, and please look forward to those. Master Cloud signing out.